welcome to the Pearlden, Texas podcast. Today is Sunday, September 11th, and we are at my house in Buda, Texas. This is primarily a knitting podcast. We do touch on other subjects such as spinning, crocheting, quilting, needle felting, circular sock machine knitting.
All sorts of stuff.
All sorts of fun stuff. So welcome back if you're a returning viewer, and if you're new, come on in. We hope you enjoy spending some time with us.
Yes.
So it's been about a month. We usually do about once a month is what our schedules can handle right now.
Sure.
So I'm Elizabeth.
I'm Melissa.
I'm Carrie.
Okay. Let's get started.
You want to do what are we wearing?
What are we wearing?
Clothes.
So, we're not naked.
Yay.
We're not naked today. Yay.
I got out of pajamas.
Yeah.
Pajamas would be nice though. We should do a pajama day someday.
We should do. Christmas we'll do a pajama podcast.
Okay, yeah. Christmas, yeah.
Yeah, you all can watch us in your pajamas.
Yeah. So I'm not wearing anything hand knit. I bought this sweater years ago, but in honor of 9/11, while this video probably won't be up today, we were actually recording on Sunday, the 11th of September. So I thought I'd look patriotic. My grandson told me, "Grandma, you look really country." Why, thank you, Antonio. I look country. So it will probably come off in a little while because it's a bit, it's Texas, so it's a bit warm. But anyway, that's what I'm wearing: red, white, and blue. Yeah. And I did not knit this. I bought this at the store years and years ago.
This one Carrie gave to me. So I don't know all the details about it. It is crochet. I do not crochet. I'm not a hooker. I can't.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I don't
I
know
didn't
how.
know that. I always thought you were a good crocheter.
Crocheting is so
I'm giving you
easy.
all this credit.
No, I wish I did.
I'm
but
sure you could.
I mean, I can do like a pot holder or something, but that's about it.
That's about me.
I don't remember the name of the pattern. I'll link my project page to it, but I know it's a wool tram, or Voltram if you pronounce it correctly, skein of yarn. It's that cotton and acrylic. It's like four ply thread held together, and then the one piece of thread changes, as you transition into the fade. So I really enjoyed making it. It's very mindless, and we all know that I don't like thinking. So
it's nice size as well.
It's a great crochet project. It took one skein of one of those,
It's so pretty.
Yeah.
And then I'm wearing my sweater weather. It's
Sweater
not
weather?
quite sweater weather
Not
yet.
here, but
we're calling
I'm hoping
it.
It'll get there.
But we figure if we wear enough,
Yes.
maybe it'll come. So
Yeah.
bring on the sweater weather.
Yes.
Yeah. If it gets below 90 at night, we're like, sweater weather. Yes.
Most other people would be dying and sweating, but we're excited. So.
I know. So, and I'm wearing one of my FOs, which is my Skosomernat shawl from Pietron, from 50 Fabulous Knits. I was pretty close to having it done last podcast, but it's done in one skein of fingering and one skein of mohair.
It looks great.
It was really fun to knit. It's a really great pattern, very light. Yeah, I really like it. So
It's great.
and the yarn was from Yarnies of Texas. I'm not sure if they still dye or not. I had gotten it years ago. And then the mohair was Rowan Kid Silk Haze in just a natural color. Mm-hmm. So very neutral. I like it. I'll get a lot of wear out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. How about FOs?
FOs.
Well, I did mine. I have one other one, but I did one of mine.
Do you want to do your other one?
Sure.
Okay.
So I was, after I finished this, I was like, okay, what do I want to knit now? I'm trying to get my knitting mojo back up, and I have a lot of.
She's been doing a lot of sewing lately.
I have,
so.
yeah, and been really busy with work and stuff. But anyway, I want to do some sweaters, but I couldn't decide what sweater to do, and I've ordered some yarn and whatever. But anyway, I decided.
You ordered yarn?
I'm back.
Hey!
I'm back. I'm back.
Hi.
She's back. I'm back. Yeah. Yeah. So everything's returning. In case y'all got scared.
We were scared. We were like, Elizabeth's got to hold the show with
What's going on with her?
with FOs and yarn purchases.
Anyway, Hohi Locatelli released in conjunction with her fall cal that she always does, her big cal that she does. She released a pattern called the Lone Skein. I always want to say the Lone Star because we're in the Lone Star State, but it's the Lone Skein. And I had a beautiful skein of what this label says Chasing Rabbits fiber coats, since rebranded as Barker Wool. And the colorway it's on her fern base, which is her 4-ply fingering, 85 superwash merino and 15% nylon. And the colorway is called It's Only a Dream. And here's the shawl.
It's pretty.
Really quick knit because it was just one skein. And so you can see the colors are like, there's blues and orange and pink and brown. I thought it would be really cute with just like jeans and a white t-shirt.
Of course.
So
It'll look great.
I'm gonna actually, it's a gift for my mother. I was trying to hide it, but she saw me knitting on it, so. But she doesn't know she's getting it, so.
Kind of always keep it from them.
But I'm gonna give it to her. I may borrow it, but I thought it would be really, really cute. It's real lightweight, easy to wear because it's small, so she'll like it.
Sure. That looks great.
So that's my FO. That's all I have for finished objects.
Do you have any FOs?
No.
Oh, that's okay. I have a few.
All right.
So I have two that are not here because they've already been gifted. So I believe last time I showed you the pom-pom blanket that I had started. It was for Paige's boyfriend's cousin. And she already went to the shower August 27th. I finished it. Audrey has a picture that she can upload. And then the Nuvum in the cotton yarn for Darlene's niece and nephew that are expecting in December, I think. Darlene went to that shower also October 27th, and she took it to Amarillo with her, and they loved it. So Nina already sent me a thank you and everything. So it's been gifted, and Audrey has a picture that she can insert for
Nice.
both of those. And then Trenton, I finished Trenton's baby blanket, which I showed a couple of episodes ago, but I thought, I should make something else. And I pulled out a skein of acrylic, and this is called the 5-hour Quickie
Cutest thing.
Oh my
baby
gosh.
sweater. It wouldn't even fit over my thigh, but
It looks like it's for a doll.
it is super cute.
I
I was
remember this
about to
pattern.
run out of yarn, so I did trim off about 5 or 6 rows. So it's supposed to be about 5 or 6 rows longer, and it's also supposed to have long sleeves. But
Oh, I like the short sleeves.
I kind of like it too.
Yeah.
And so anyway, it's just a cute little baby sweater.
It's very stylish. It kind of reminds me of that Denise Perron pattern, the Wave of Change jacket.
Oh,
It kind of reminds me of that, only baby.
baby, yeah, just a baby. So, yeah. So him and Sammy, they're having a girl. So I made that.
That's cute.
Mm-hmm.
And then I cranked these tubes on Elizabeth's machine last year when we went to the lake house. My machine.
And I totally don't remember.
Yeah, my machine was not here yet, even though I haven't cranked anything on my machine. But so I finished these yesterday during the Longhorn game. I gave them some heels and toes and cuffs. And this yarn is by Expression Fiber Arts. It's called Coffee Break. So
It's really pretty.
yeah. So
My coffee does not look like that.
mine doesn't either, but that's what it's called. I mean,
It's
these
good.
I did black heels, toes, and cuffs, but if you look close enough, the yarn is really very, very brown. But I probably won't be able to
I
get
think the black looks fine.
I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, it
Yeah.
looks okay.
It looks
So,
not like fire.
Yeah.
but
Oh,
anyway.
yeah.
Yeah, it kind of
It
does.
does.
And then lastly, in honor of our gifting cow, I did a little ornament. I love doing these. I have a bunch of
So
them
cute.
in the garage ready to get a knitted cozy on top of them. I don't know this yarn. I did an advent calendar years ago. I participated in like a scrappy yarn advent calendar, and this was just 10 random grams of yarn that I got in that advent calendar. So I put it into a little. Well, I gave these as gifts to like acquaintances and stuff that you don't always see every day, but you see them every once in a while as gifts. Last year I made like 10 of them, so I'd like to make about the same this year and just have them as gifts to give away. And those are all my FOs.
Nice.
Yeah,
I
felt
love
like
that little sweater.
Yeah, I felt like I finished quite a bit between
You
the
did.
between the two blankets and then just
You did a whole sweater
just
and
a,
a pair of socks.
yeah, just a couple of other
And-
things. So,
Yeah, you're killing it.
but anyway, it was fun. It's fun.
Football
yeah.
season. So does
It
that
is
give you
football
more
season. I
time
love
to knit?
football season. I love football season.
It's like it doesn't even matter what game is on. I just like to sit and.
Mm-hmm. yesterday, I'm a huge Longhorn fan. Of course, we live in Texas, and Elizabeth isn't far from Austin, and the game was here in Austin.
Yeah.
My nephew made the TV 2 or 3 times along with his girlfriend. I mean, right in the middle of the action. I was showing Antonio. When we got to Elizabeth's house, Antonio looked at Elizabeth and said, "Do you know my nephew Sean? He was on TV." It was
he was. Your grandma sent me the video.
Yeah, he was pretty excited to see his nephew on TV. So unfortunately, we lost by 1 point, but we played an amazing game. Yeah, hook 'em horns. You guys did a great job. So anyway, but yeah, I do love football.
Yeah,
football season, football, sweater weather, the whole 9 yards. I just wanted to get colder. Yeah. Just needs to get colder.
Yeah,
so
for sure. All right, how about whips? What are you whipping on?
Okay, so Elizabeth was like, "Okay, we got a podcast. Melissa, did you finish your love note yet?" And I'm like, "No."
You made me sound like the evil witch.
No, Melissa,
did you finish your love note?
Oh my gosh. No, I did not. So this morning I woke up early and I finished the sleeve and I did the neck, and I'm like, okay.
Oh, you're so close.
I'm so close.
She is
so close.
She is close.
So
You're probably what's holding up sweater weather.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, that might be it. As
So-
soon as you finish that, we'll get sweater weather. So you need to finish that
Finish
today.
No pressure.
Yeah.
So I have this much yarn left. I'm gonna see. I think I have to do some wrap and turn rows. No, I have another one of those.
Oh, you have
But,
another one of
yeah.
that? You just...
Yeah.
Mine was the opposite. I ran out of mohair before I ran out of finger.
But I made the neck longer. I didn't do as many decreasing because Carrie says the neck was too tight.
It was it was way too tight.
So
on
hopefully I'll be okay with that. But I have not tried it on yet, so
So pretty. I love that color.
I really love the color.
And then I am super behind on this, but I'm still trying to work on it. Our little blanket along.
It looks great.
But I only have this much yarn to finish the fading, so I messaged Jimmy Bean. Well, I'm like, can you send me a little mini skein, please, so I can finish the fading? And they're like, yes, we will.
You know, I was expecting to be charged for September's yesterday, the 10th.
Yeah.
But they haven't yet, so probably tomorrow.
Mine shipped.
Mine hasn't.
Oh,
I
wow.
don't know.
Mine hasn't.
Yeah,
I
mine
kept
shipped.
checking.
And then I got one of those pesky skeins that are like a mess to wind.
Oh.
Oh.
So I don't know how that happens, but it always seems like you have to hand wind one, and I have cats, and that's the biggest pain in the butt when they see that yarn on the winder. They're like all over that. So yeah, have to hand do that one. So, and I haven't really touched those socks that I made. Well, I was in the middle of making, but I'll try to work on them next. I gotta get this done. Otherwise, someone's gonna come after me.
Yeah. Somebody, not me. It's not gonna be me.
Accountability.
Who are you pointing at?
It's always good to have friends to keep you accountable.
Of course it is.
That's funny.
And then it's always good to have other friends that are just gonna drag you back down the rabbit hole. That would be me. I'm that one. Come on, it doesn't matter if you have 78 things on the needles. Let's start something new.
Oh, you're missing needles because they're in all your projects? Let's go buy a new interchangeable set.
Exactly.
Now that would be me.
That would be me too. And let me tell you, I have a lot of sets.
Just buy another set.
I have a lot of
Doesn't
sets.
matter. You're supporting the economy.
Small businesses.
Some small business out there. That's right. Oh, okay. Well, what are you working on? Do you want to go next?
So, yeah, I'll show just to
That's
follow
something
up.
new, isn't it?
It is something new, but I will.
Woo-hoo.
I will show my.
Oh, you brought your blanket up.
I have my blanket, so I finished. This is August's color. I finished it in August. I have tried to make a note, like a personal goal to myself, to finish that color the month that it was shipped, because this is the 3rd year I've done the blanket with Jimmy Bean's wool, and the first 2 years I didn't. So I thought this year I'd really like to. So
yeah,
You're doing a great job.
yeah. So this one's on track.
I think our next color is going to be pink.
It
it
is.
is.
And I'm
so
pretty excited about it. So,
I finished mine as well. It's in a bag over there, but I might show it's the same thing. But I finished mine. But yeah, so I had gotten behind, and then
yeah. But when Elizabeth gets behind, she just like blinks her eyes 3 times
No,
and
it went to my
twitches her
nose.
nose.
It's
Wiggles her
your witch
nose.
skills.
And then
My witch skills.
Yeah, your witch skills. And then she sends us a text message with a picture. It finished. I don't know how you do it. It's the.
You're
It's,
gonna make me pee my pants. Oh, I don't have pants on. I have a dress on. Danger! Oh my
Do you
God.
want to change spots? I don't know if you feel comfortable sitting
So-
next to Elizabeth
So
right
no,
now.
I felt kind of like pressured. I had like this pressure that I was like not getting it done. So I had July to do, and I'm like, okay, I'm finishing July. So then I got July done. I'm like, I'm just gonna start August, and I'm gonna do so many roses a day. Well, then I got it done in like a day.
I
2 days.
guarantee you the pressure wasn't from us.
No, it was my own pressure.
It's her own
It was my
pressure.
Your own
pressure.
competitive.
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah, probably. So anyway, that's funny.
And then I think
Okay.
I mentioned a couple of podcasts ago that I had ordered some of this linen quill yarn. This is a Pearl Soho yarn. It's called Linen Quill. This is the rose granite colorway, and I wanted to make the half and half triangles. I was going to jump on that half and half triangle bandwagon. So not only did I start one half and half triangle, this is one with I've only got like, I don't know, 20 stitches at the end. It's a free pattern on pearlsoho.com. But I think I also told you guys that I wanted to make one with that alpaca boucle yarn.
Oh.
So I started one with that yarn too.
Okay, so we can see it knit up. Oh my god.
This is the matchstick
It's
colorway.
so lightweight.
It is.
It's like
Oh,
air.
And I knit tight, so
But like soft, fuzzy air.
it really is. I'm really enjoying it. So
So you're just using that by itself.
yeah, and then the
Oh.
second color will be also the alpaca boucle, but in the gray, in a
Mhm,
solid gray. It's a light gray color, so one side will be this speckly side, and one side will be just a solid light gray. So yes, I'm just using this. I mean, it's the linen quill is the linen is pretty nice, but it's different.
I've heard that this when you wash it, it really gets nice.
really
Yeah.
So anyway, oops, I just lost all my stitches.
Oh.
So.
Oh no.
And I lost a stitch marker. That's okay. They'll pick up super easy.
Okay.
So
Sorry.
anyway, no, that's
my
okay.
fault.
No, it's the
Just kidding.
it's at the end when you have these wrapped stitches. It's it's kind of loose. Every time you have like a wrapped
Yeah.
stitch around it, it gets a little bit looser, but it's gonna pick up super easy.
Oh my gosh. If you hear moaning, it's my dog. He keeps putting his ball underneath the cabinet. I've gotten up to get it for him, and he just did it again. He's being a little pistol.
See, already picked up.
Yay.
Okay, good.
So anyway, those are my whips. I'm excited to get September's color for the blanket and then work on these. This is so mindless. This is Carrie's jam, like 24/7. I love mine. It's
That's
just
good
knit.
football knitting.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
Football
Maybe
knitting,
I should
so
make one for meetings at work.
You should.
Yeah.
It is so awesome.
Okay.
So awesome.
So that's funny. When you wait till you see my stash acquisitions.
Oh, I can't wait.
Should we start now so we can?
But
get
I don't
done in
see.
time?
I don't see an 18-wheeler next to us.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right. Is that it for your whips?
That's it.
Okay, so I started a new project yesterday.
I like that
A little
yarn.
hat. And it is the Malmstrom beanie. I don't even know who the designer is. Oh goodness, I guess I should have looked. Anna-Lena Jaeger. And it's a free pattern on Ravelry. And it kind of, it's just kind of a spiraling stitch. So you're just knitting 6 and purling 6 and you're off by 1 stitch. So as you knit around, it spirals.
That's neat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I like
kind
your
of
stitching.
cute.
There's no ribbing or anything. It's really cute. The yarn is from
Look
Artistic
at your pom pom.
Artistic Lily, and it's called In the Awesome DK, which is 75 superwash merino and 25 nylon, and it is in the colorway Corner Pub. I don't know if she's still knitting. Dyeing.
I don't know.
For some reason, I think that she may have stopped dyeing recently, which is a shame because she has some really beautiful yarns. And then, so I bought it. It was actually a hat set I got last year. I probably showed it on one of the podcasts. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But it came with this amazing, so it's a very light green with some like rust and brown and black speckles, and then it came with this pom-pom that just matches perfectly. So
I actually love it. I love the different colors, how it brings out the yarn from the pom-pom.
You know what? And if I get this finished, it'll be cold enough for you to wear.
Yeah.
You can actually wear.
Yes, exactly. So I better finish it quick.
Although Texas weather is on.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's really all that I've touched on. I haven't
But you've been doing lots of quilting.
I have. I've done lots of quilting. So I think we mentioned last time we went to a retreat. Oh my gosh, my dogs are causing chaos over here. Sorry.
It's okay.
They just tipped everything over. Anyway,
they rule the roost anyway.
They do.
I'm a dog person, so.
And so, so I've been working on bags for my shop. I got a new sewing machine, which is kind of a funny story. So my friend Tammy and Mary, we went, there was a shop hop, a quilting shop hop that they were going to, and I happened to be in Austin on business, so I'm like, I'll meet you guys and go to lunch. So we walk in.
And the bathroom.
Yeah. We walk in, and I don't know, I was just looking around at the machines. I don't know why, I just was, and Tammy's like, oh, this machine is so awesome, and then I'm like, oh, look, they had one that was all silver. It was so pretty. I'm like, look how pretty this machine is. And Tammy's like, oh, yeah, that's a really good machine.
I would get it home and not want to use it because it's just pretty, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it was so pretty. But then the guy said, yeah, that's a special edition. He said, but if you're interested in that, he said, I have a deal for you. And so he showed us this industrial machine, which it's like something 150. Anyway, I can never remember which
yeah,
one
Juki has a lot of.
It's a Juki. And so he's like, these just came back from a training class thing. And it literally was I think less than half price.
Wow.
And came with the full year, the full warranty and everything. The only problem was mine was already assembled, and it's on a table, and it's a beautiful machine, but the head of the machine weighs, I think, 58 or 59 pounds. And you can't tip the thing on its side or anything because of the motor and everything. So I had to find someone that had a truck to help me. So I'm like, okay, I work with all men, right? So I'm like, one of these guys has to be able to do this for me. But then I'm like, oh, they're going to have to drive to my house, and they're going to have to help me carry it up the steps. So I call this guy I used to work with, who's a really good friend of mine. And I'm like, hey, do you think you could pick this up in the next 2 weeks, And he's like, oh, yeah, no problem. You can just buy me lunch. I'm like, I'll pay you. And he's like, no, you can just get me lunch or whatever, He's so nice. Anyway, so.
Halfway up the stairs, he's like, you're paying me.
No, but so we planned the next day we were going to do it. So I called the shop, told him we were coming. And my friend Dale, he was a swimmer in college. He swam in the Big Ten at Wisconsin. And, super fabulous swimmer, like missed the Olympics, I think, by 0.008 seconds.
Wow.
Like high caliber swimmer, and just an amazing person. But anyway, he's very tall and lanky swimmer body. And so he calls me, he's like, okay, I'm here. I'm like, all right, I'm in a little traffic. I'll be there in a minute. And he's like, you didn't tell me it was a costume party. All the ladies were dressed up for the shop hop. They had hats, crazy hats on and stuff. And he's like total fish out of water, right?
Sure, of course.
He's super tall. He's like 6'4" or something. And he's in there, and there's all these women in there, and he's just kind of standing there. And I'm like, okay, tell him. And I'm driving, so I'm trying to speech text, right? And I'm like, tell him that you came for, and I rattled off this model number of the machine I thought I bought. What's the wrong one? So he tells the guy, oh, I'm here to pick up this machine. And the guy's like, no, but we have this other model number for her. And so he's like, I'm just going to wait till you get here.
Of course.
It was so funny. Anyway, we got it in. And then by that time, it's all like rush hour traffic in Austin. And he lives north of Austin. I live south. So he's like, okay, I'm just going to take it to my house tonight. I'll put it in the garage, lock it and everything, and cover it up and stuff. And so he did, and then he and his 4-year-old son came over on Saturday, and we got it up. But we took the machine out of the table, and then he and I carried the table up, which wasn't too bad. I was able to do it. And then he carried the machine up himself. He's like, God, this is heavy. I'm like, I know, I'm sorry. I felt so bad. But he got it all set up. Yeah.
I don't know anything about sewing, but it's right over there. That's why we keep looking this way.
We'll put a picture in. It's pretty cool, but the thing is so darn fast compared to. I loved my other machine, but this thing is like it's like night and day, and it's like almost scary fast. I had to slow it down. There's settings you can slow it down. So it's like until I like get used to the feel of it.
Of
so
course,
I just need some practice on it. But I don't know how I got on that tangent. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's an exciting purchase. I would be excited too.
I don't know how I got on that
So both
tangent.
you and Tammy got one, right?
So yeah, so Tammy got one too. So one of them was not put together. It was in the box, but since she lives in San Antonio and the shop was in Austin, I said it makes more sense for you to take the one in the boxes so you can carry it in your car. I can get a truck. So that's how we did it all. But
of course.
It's kind of funny.
Does Darlene have one too?
She's not. She has the one that I thought that I told my friend to pick up.
Oh, okay.
Which is it's a different one. It's not. I don't think it's an industrial. I think it's just the step below the industrial ones. Yeah, the TL something or other. I don't know. Anyway,
Juki makes a good machine. So if you're ever looking for a good sewing machine,
they are really good.
Get a Juki.
Yeah. So well, anyway. Okay. Are you working on anything else? Or is that your whip?
I think we're done with whips.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
We have, if you want to do tips or tricks, or we have to re-announce a winner for the yoga book because I never heard from Holly Arnold.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Do you want to do that first?
Yeah. So I rewrote down everybody's name again, and I asked my fabulous Alexa to pick a number. It was 1 through 20. She picked number 18, which was a Ravelry participant. Smoten, which I think is Susie. She does, her yoga is the Half Lord of Fishes. She said she laughs when she read it, and she gave the official yoga name. I don't know if you've ever listened to like the poses in like official names or whatever. It's like Ardna Matsyendrasana.
You nailed that.
Yeah, I'm sure I did.
Perfect. Sounds great.
Right on.
I prefer Half Lord of Fishes. So anyway, congratulations, Susie. Reach out to me. I have the book, and give me your address. I think you're in Texas, and let me know where to send it.
Nice.
So yeah. So
cool. All right. Well, since I was finishing these shawls and blocked them, I thought, we haven't talked about blocking in a while, so I thought we'd kind of maybe go into that a little bit in case you're, I know we have new viewers and things, and I don't know that we've ever gone in depth into how we do our blocking. And some of the tools. So I thought I'd pull out all that stuff and kind of go
show them
that
to you
quickly. So I guess the first thing is I always wet block everything.
I do too.
Unless if I want to wear something real quick, I might just use a steamer and steam block it quickly. But then I always end up wet blocking it afterwards. But if I don't have time for it to dry and I want to wear something, I'll steam block it. But which works. But anyway, so I do all mine in a fairly warm water, but I usually will color test it first. And if I had like a light and a really light and a dark, I would definitely color test that and just kind of see. Sometimes I use those color catchers. I think I can't remember who makes them. Shout, is it Shout that does the color catchers? Sure. I'll throw one of those in. But sometimes you'll get color that leaches off of the or dissipates off of the yarn, the dye. But your yarn isn't absorbing it, so don't be too alarmed if you just see it in the
I put
water.
a quarter cup of citric acid in everything that I block. I use pretty hot water, just because I know it's going to make that yarn dye, and I kind of want it. I want as much of the yarn, much of the dye to come out when I'm doing the blocking, especially if I'm probably going to be gifting the item. But I always put, depending on how large the item is, but I almost always put a quarter cup of the powdery citric acid. And I had like a video that on my old YouTube channel where I showed some Desert Vista Dye Works yarn, which was like one of the Wizard of Oz colors, and I mean it was like blues and purples and rainbows, and that water just stayed perfectly clear. And nice. My fingers were blue and purple after knitting with it, so I knew the yarn was going to bleed. And once that citric acid is in that water, it just, I don't know what it does. It just locks it in there. And that water was crystal clear, never bled any of it.
Where do you purchase your citric acid?
I think it's called I'll put a link in the show notes, but I think it's called Diesel Dua or something like that. Diesel Dua. I mean, it's like an industrial company like that sells to other companies, and I usually get like a 5-pound bag. I think it's like $15 or $20. I haven't bought one in a long time, so with inflation, I don't know what it costs these days. Yeah. But I got it's like a big 5-pound bag, and then I have it inside another Ziploc, and it's like under my sink in the kitchen because I usually block in my kitchen sink. It's my largest sink in the house, so I usually block in that one, and I just have it under there. I'll open it up. But I think it's called Dua Diesel or Diesel Dua or something like that. But I'll put a link in the show notes where I purchase it. It's not super, super expensive, and I've had that same 5-pound bag for a couple of years.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Good.
Good to know.
So then it's what do you use to wash it with, right? So there are liquid washes, and then there are bars. Tuft Woolen is a pretty popular bar. They have really nice scents, and it really kind of just they're not super strong. Like once your object is dry, just a very faint smell. This one is Amaretto by Morning. It's kind of cute. Mm-hmm. It smells so good. And these bars last a long time. And so basically, as you're running your water, you just kind of lather the bar and then let it rinse into the water. If you have a stain on something, or something that's really got a strong scent to it or something, you might want to just rub it ever so slightly on the item, but not too much or too aggressively, because you don't want to felt the yarn. But so there's that, and I don't know if these have to be rinsed out. I always do, I rinse after. Mm-hmm. And then, but there are a lot of other wool washes too. This one is from the Farmer's Daughter, which is really nice, and it's a liquid, and you just put a little bit in the sink, and this you do not have to wash out, and it leaves a really nice. So I use this sometimes if I'm doing more of a rustic yarn, because it leaving that lanolin in it kind of softens it up and makes it really nice. So those are two that I really like. I also, Eucalyptus is another one. I have just a little sample one. You can sometimes find these little samples at yarn shops if you want to try different ones. It's a good way to do it. Just buy a little one.
Honestly, sometimes when I'm ordering online and I'm like $3 away from free shipping,
that's a great idea.
I'll look for something like a little soap or whatever, because they're usually like $1, $1.50, maybe $2 depending on the size or whatever. But just like a little soak or whatever, because I'm only $3 away from shipping, and shipping without it is going to be $6.95. So I'll put one of those in my cart.
I also recently bought. Well, I don't know when I bought it, but I haven't used it yet. I bought spot soap from Pearl Soho, and it's like a cube. So it's kind of like the bar idea, but it's in a cube, and it's unscented. So if you don't like scent, that's a good option as well. So anyway, then once you have that, you let it soak. I say anyway from 15 to 30 minutes. I usually check it after a few minutes again, just to make sure that it's if there's any color in the water, I pick it up and make sure that the other colors aren't absorbing that. As long as there can be color in the water, as long as the other yarn is not absorbing it, you're okay. Mm-hmm. So, and then afterwards, let it drain. If you rinse it, get all the water out, give it a gentle squish. And then I usually lay a towel out on the floor, put the object in it, I roll it up, I stand on it.
I do the exact same thing.
And then sometimes I use a second towel, a second dry towel, and I'll do the same thing. And you'll be surprised
how much you get the second time.
How much you get the second time, and
I don't think I've ever done that.
Try it and then test your timing on how the dry time is. Sure, it really quickens your dry time.
Okay, I could see that.
And then when you lay it out, you want to lay it out on, I use blocking mats. These are from Knit Picks, so and I think Coco Knits has this size as well, which are nice. But honestly, and not to bash these, but I bought some exercise mats, and they're big. So like if you're doing shawls, it's really good because you can kind of just piece them together, and they're big. That's what she said. And anyway, and so then
I actually have a huge blocking board that's made with insulin. So like the Pink Panther on those insulin sheets that you buy for like building homes.
Insulation, not insulin.
Oh yeah, sorry, insulation.
Like insulin's a medication.
I'm like, what? Wait, are you diabetic? I didn't know that.
Is your yarn diabetic?
I'm such a dork. I feel like such a dork. Yeah, insulation. Like those insulation boards. And so they're about 8 feet wide and they're about 4 feet tall. And then you cut them into 4 perfect sizes, and then you put like tape where they've been cut, so then they fold. It's just an accordion fold.
So you made it?
I actually asked from Inskein Yarns, one of the ladies there, not Sharon, the other one, Ann Haas.
Okay.
Ann Haas, she made mine for me,
and
she put gingham fabric on the front of it, and so that way when I'm blocking something, I know that I'm going like a shawl. So like
you can see the line.
Yeah, I can see the line of the fabric in the front of my insulation board, whatever you want to call it.
I have some insulation board in my craft room as well for a design board. I have 2 big sheets.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, this one folds up, and then I just put it in my laundry room because it's just like 2 feet now by 4 feet because there's 4 of them now. Nice. And they just have like, you know, like
I'll have to look at that when I come over.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture. I'll show it to you. Yeah, if I have I'll link this one project I did, that Hypernova. Mm-hmm. And it has you can see the entire blocking board behind my Hypernova. I'll link that in the show notes, just so you can see the blocking board. But it's a pretty cool blocking board. But
nice.
Yeah.
So then basically you're just laying out your object in the shape that you want it to be. So if it's a sweater, you know, you maybe want to put the arms out, like down, however. I use for sleeves, I think I mentioned this before, I'll put, I get pool noodles from the dollar store, cut them, and I'll put the pool noodles in the sleeve. It helps to have the plastic in between the layers of your wool, and it prevents any creasing. You can also put garbage bags or grocery bags, the
plastic ones.
Bunch them up and put them in there. Sometimes too on the body of a sweater, if I don't want like a crease on the side, I'll put the noodles on the side and kind of spread the sweater, the body of the sweater out that way.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I'll do that. And then for shawls. And sometimes sweaters too, or different things. But I like these. These are by Knitter's Pride. They're the blocking pins, I guess they're called, or blockers. And it's basically like a comb. And these are sharp metal, like pins. And you get some of the big ones, and then you get the little ones too in the sets. And
Jimmy Beam's wool has them in a rainbow color.
Yeah.
Just saying, I have rainbow.
There's other companies with that.
Competition.
One thing I didn't know, and I just discovered this, if you're doing something curved or like a picot, something with a shawl with a picot edge or whatever, you can connect these there's a little hole on each of these. So what you would do is you would take and you'd tie a piece of cotton or wool or something, yarn or whatever, or thread of some sort in one end, and then you put it on a needle and you'd weave it through your garment, through whatever edge you're trying to catch. So maybe the picots. So you'd weave it through the picots. Then you'd connect your next one and you'd tie it to that side. So now you have a string here. And then when you pull this out, it's going to pull all the picots that you've, or whatever you've connected.
Just like blocking wires.
Yeah.
Because I have blocking wire. Yeah.
Yep. So that's my next thing, is the different blocking wires. Sorry, all my dogs are up here now. So now it may be really noisy.
We love having the dogs up here.
So I have blocking wires, which are stainless steel wire. And again, I think I got mine from Knit Picks. And they're like, I don't know, a yard.
You have no feet anymore.
And then you just...
sit on Jackson.
Hi.
Hello, this is my furry brother, Jackson. So you would just put those through your... those are really good if you want a straight edge. But I prefer those blocking comb things now, so I pretty much use those, or sometimes a combination. I also bought these things from Lazarus Knitting Accessories, and these are a flexible wire. And
have you used them?
I've used them, and so they're a little finicky because the edges, or the ends of the wire are kind of sharp, but certainly, like, they're coiled up. And when you open it up, it springs open, and they have like a memory. But this is kind of almost sharp. So you have to be careful when you're weaving it through your item. But if you're doing like a big, like a round edge shawl, works
like a
really well.
Nice half circle.
Yeah. So you could do that, and then maybe use a couple of the blocking wires to hold this in place in the shape. So those work pretty good, but I'm not 100% sold on them.
Sure.
I don't know. They're kind of like, I wouldn't die without them, put it that way.
Okay.
The blocking comb pin things, I use those all the time.
I use mine too.
And then I also have 2 different types of pins, blocking pins. So there's T-pins, which look like this. I don't know if you can see that. It's in the shape of a T. And they're really good for pulling out and like just pinning little spots, like picot edging or something. The only issue I have with T-pins is that if you can see, there's a actual right here
opening
where it connects. Sometimes your yarn will pull up if you're blocking aggressively, and your yarn will get stuck in there. So you got to watch when you're taking them out or whatever.
The same thing happen.
Yeah. So those are good because they're pretty strong, so you can kind of get good tension on your garment. But I also have these, which are like in a U shape. And so there's nothing to get stuck on, but they're a little bit flimsier.
They are. I have some of those too, and I don't use them as often.
Yeah, it just depends on what I'm blocking. So
Sure.
different tools for different things. But
Sure.
anyway, so those are some of the tools. And then the other thing, for socks, you can use sock blockers, and I have wire sock blockers. These are this is actually acquisition too, but these are from Twig and Horn. They're beautiful, carved out in an argyle shape, and they're very thick. So these are really sturdy. They're a little pricier than some that I've purchased, but they're really, really heavy and not really nice quality. So I think they're done on a laser cutter.
I like how they have the holes in between. For the
Yeah,
yarn.
so the holes are really nice because they let air get through the
For the
sock.
sock to dry.
Mhm. And I do love those wire ones, even though they're not pretty. Those wire ones, if you want socks to dry quickly, they're great.
Just like this.
And you can just hang them, and they're great.
I have a confession.
Uh-oh.
I do not block my socks. I just wear them.
Do
That's
you
okay.
weave in your ends?
It depends.
Okay.
I don't block them. I just wear them and then throw them in the wash.
Yeah, I mean, I always block mine at least the first
just-
time. I know I usually always block. I usually
Uh-huh.
block them, but
I only use
You don't
those for
have to.
taking pictures.
Yeah,
for
that's
Ravelry.
probably why I do it the
I
first
use the
time.
blockers for the pictures. Like, these haven't been officially blocked. I haven't wet these and got them. I just finished them yesterday, so I just put them straight onto these. But because they're mine, they probably won't get blocked.
Okay.
But if I were gifting them to somebody, I would put them in that citric acid just because I don't want the recipient to throw that in the washer and then they turn all their clothes into an orange-brown coffee break.
Okay. That's probably smart.
And I do have socks that, like, depending on what they're made out of, and sometimes like the Knit Picks Felici, that yarn is indestructible. I swear to God, I throw them in the washing machine and the dryer.
It's so soft.
And it is so soft.
So those I don't block. So yeah,
I
there
love
are
the
times when I
Felici
don't.
yarn.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's kind of the little blocking blurb.
Yay!
That was good. I
was
actually
perfect.
don't own a lot of these. It's neat to see them in real life.
Yeah.
Usually I throw them, I do the towel thing and then I throw mine on my back porch where I have a table that's metal.
Oh, okay.
But then it has little slots in it so the
Oh,
air
do
can
get-
get
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
That, and some people will lay it on a towel or lay it on a bed, which is okay if you have to do that. But I will tell you that having a synthetic material between, so like a plastic or a foam or something, helps it dry because a towel is probably cotton and the cotton absorbs moisture and then that has to dry. So if you have something synthetic like plastic or something in between, it actually causes the moisture to evaporate quicker. So you get faster drying time. So that's why I like the blocking mats. That's another reason too. So anyway, that's it. That's my tech tips.
That's perfect.
Good job. That was very useful.
Okay. If you guys have any ideas or things that I don't do, please make sure you comment and let us know because I'm always trying to learn new things too.
Yes,
So.
absolutely. Or anything you want to know about, ask us.
Yeah.
And maybe we can go over it next time.
For sure.
So,
Okay.
I don't have any stash acquisitions because Elizabeth's
see,
back.
You jinxed me.
She's back. Yay.
Do you have anything?
Yeah.
You want to go first?
Oh, okay. I got my club shipment from Suburban Stitcher. So this is month 16, and I know I need to stop but I can't stop because it's so pretty, and then
So
they're all like
pretty.
a gradient.
You don't need to.
That's why I haven't started.
Okay, keep going.
Okay.
Keep going.
That's really
So I have been getting her sport yarn, and this is color Canyon.
pretty.
It's
gorgeous.
Very pretty.
Very, very
It
nice.
doesn't smell. Just in case you're wondering.
Doesn't
It does not smell.
but it's pretty.
It is pretty. And then I got this a long time ago, but it's starting to get fall, so I'm gonna.
And it's close to Halloween. That's like a Halloweeny color.
Yes, this is Turtle Pearl Yarns.
So
Bewitching.
Yes. So I thought I would bribe Elizabeth or have her crank me some socks.
We're gonna do that after
We're
the
gonna do
podcast.
that because I really want to buy one of the circular sock making machine, but it's an investment, and I want to make sure that I really want to go down that rabbit hole or not before I purchase it. So
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay.
Here we go. Where's
Here
the
we go.
popcorn?
No, it's not gonna be too bad.
Oh,
I'll be
okay.
quick. I got a
Put your
couple
popcorn
of
anyway.
books. So I got this really cute book called Scandinavian Style Christmas Knits, and it's by Thea Ritter. And it's got really cute, like some ornaments.
That is really cute.
It's getting a little bit of a glare, but it's really cute. It's got like mushrooms and stars, and there's leaves to knit, and acorns, and I just think this is
Mushrooms.
so I'm on this mushroom kick. I just think those are so adorable. Anyway, so I got that.
You're gonna gnome in mushroom cake.
Yeah, I know, right? So that's really cute. And then I can't remember. I don't know. Someone was talking about a color book, a Japanese color book, and on a podcast. I don't remember who it was, but I ordered them, and they're really kind of cool. I thought of you because
I
just
suck at picking
she
colors.
doesn't. She thinks she
I
does.
do.
She's got a mental block. She
I
doesn't
got a
really-
lot of mental going on.
She's got issues.
More than just a
You're
block.
like it's just a technical difficulty. It's okay.
She just has no confidence in her color picking, but she's good at it. She just doesn't know it.
Yeah, look at that. That's pretty.
Yeah, it's
One
pink.
color.
I'm trying to be positive.
You matched your needles so well.
I'm trying to be positive reinforcement. I'm trying to give you confidence.
That's so nice.
Thank you very much. I'm glad I picked a pretty color. Pretty pink.
Anyway, these are little Japanese books, and they're called Dictionary of Color Combinations, and I got 2 different ones. And basically, it's just a little book, and it just literally, it's really cool. Just shows all different color combinations. So if you're going to do a color work sweater, or you're not sure if something matches, it kind of goes through.
That's pretty cool.
It is really cool. So I got 2 of those. I just ordered them from Amazon. I think they were, I don't know, $15 or something.
I don't think Elizabeth needs them, but they are pretty cool.
Well, I don't know. There's something about flipping through these color combinations that like makes me so happy.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like examples of fabrics that were done in those color things, which I think is, I don't know, it makes my little creative juices.
It helps them flow.
Helps them flow.
Okay.
Exactly.
I know when we do the West Knits, Miss Treatment
Yes.
along, which is coming up, and I'm not doing it because
Not either.
I haven't finished last year's.
I need you guys to put this down in the calendar. None of us are doing it this year.
No.
We're
None of us.
abstaining.
But when I pick
Wait
colors,
till next podcast.
when I pick colors, I usually go on Pinterest and look at colors.
Yeah, that's
a
good.
good idea.
That's
That's
good.
a great idea.
It's really good.
Or fabric is always a good one.
Fabric.
too.
I
That's
just
good, too.
messaged Elizabeth.
Mhm.
So, okay, so I did get some yarn. Speaking of linen quill,
Did you get some too?
I did, and I'm getting ready to start.
That's a
I
pretty
have
color.
Are
So
you?
this is- yeah, because I've been wanting to. So this is twig brown. I got 3 skeins of that, and this is red poppy.
I feel like this is peer pressuring me to make it now.
Hey,
because
Linen Quill is on sale. 20%
It is
off
It
right
is
now.
on sale.
I
I
think
think today's the last day.
I think today is the last
dang
day.
it.
think
So I
today
might
is the
do
last
this
day.
color combination. I'm not sure.
That would be an awesome color
but then-
combination.
I already had 2 of these, but I got a 3rd skein. So if I want to do for some reason I'm on this yellow kick and I can't wear yellow. It's awful on me.
You can wear
I
yellow.
can't wear yellow.
She has a mustard yellow
maybe
shawl
just like
of some
a
sort that I
little
love.
touch of yellow. I could get
I
like
really
a
think
stripe
that
or
looks
two.
good. I think that looks good.
This was a kind of a brighter. I thought maybe it doesn't wash me out as bad as some.
I really don't think it washes you out, but
So my intention was to do the pink, and then maybe a yellow stripe, and then I have like a light beige. I think it's called pale mushroom. So it's a lot lighter than this, but maybe for the other
I have
side.
pale mushroom as my other color.
Okay.
Pink granite
you
and pale
guys are
mushroom.
matching.
But then I really also like red poppy and the
I think somebody did
peony
that.
pink together.
I think somebody
And
did
then I
that.
thought, oh, maybe with a little spot of yellow in there. And then, I don't know, I kind of was going crazy because then I really love pink green
That would be
and maybe
awesome.
just like a little spot of yellow. So, I don't know. So I got all of that. This color is, I think, one of the newer colors. It's called Dandelion Yellow. And then this is Clover Green.
They were out of that green when I was ordering.
Oh,
But I
okay.
ordered a while back.
And anyway, so that's it on that. And then I was at Hobby Lobby and their yarn was on sale, and I got another skein of yarn bee in the Eclipsian Dusk colorway. I just
like
the
that.
speckles were so pretty. I don't know what I'm going to do with it because it's not the best for socks. I'm finding, well, they last a year, but I don't know. Maybe if I use some different heel and toe. And then I got some Madeline Tosh. I love that farm
pretty.
twist.
Rye bourbon.
No, this one is actually glazed pecan.
Oh, okay.
They're very close though.
They are very
Yeah.
close.
So glazed pecan, and I just love the look of the farm twist. And I love knitting with it. And then this color is called Thunderstorm, and it's very, very dark navy, and it's got a little bit of lighter blue in there, but very dark. And the reason I got these is because I want to do a colorwork sweater, and I'm not sure which one yet. But I had these from last year. I've got 3 skeins of, well, I don't know when I got this. It's called Simply Grayish. And it's got the blue, that dark blue, and then that gold and
Oh, that
rusty
looks
color.
so good.
So I'm either going to do this with it, or this with it,
Or both. Let's
So-
say both.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Like
Yeah.
in the yolk with the blue
Yeah.
and the, yeah.
So that's why I got those. So that's it. That's not too bad.
No.
But at least I did get a little going, right? So, yeah. So that's it.
That wasn't too bad. I'm proud of you.
Me too.
Feels good to be back. Just kidding.
We're glad you're back.
Seems like there was something else I was going to say. Oh, yeah, I do have one other thing. So I got these little clips. They're called Midori Clips, and I just ordered them on Amazon. And these are little dogs.
Love dogs.
Okay, and what you do with them, they're paper clips, but in addition to being paper clips, you can actually put them on your interchangeable or circular needles. Get this on there
To hold them together.
as a stopper.
That's amazing.
It's just the cutest little thing.
I need that in my life.
I know.
I
you
need
can have a
those in
couple of
my life.
mine.
I feel like whenever we get together, we're always going on Amazon or some website and purchasing.
So you can
Purchasing
take a
something.
couple. Okay, if you want to try them.
Yeah,
I think they were
I'd
like
love to.
$5 or something for 18 of them, maybe. Yeah, 6 colors, 18 pieces. These are the dogs. I love them. They make me so happy.
They're super cute. I can't wait to try them.
So you can take one too. I know you want the orange ones.
I do want the orange ones. She knows me very well.
You want the orange. So, okay, that's it. Oh, one other thing I did get. Sorry, but this is like for my business, for the bag business. And thank you so much for everyone who's taken the time to go and look at my shop and give me hearts on it. And it's been so rewarding. I have to say, a couple of people, some of the reviews people are writing, like one review, I almost started crying. The lady was so sweet.
That's awesome.
I was just like-
the work is, I mean, it's genuinely great
But
work.
it's like to know that you made something and someone like took the time to, and what she wrote was just like so heartfelt, and it just like I was like,
awesome.
Wow, that
That
just
is awesome.
was so rewarding for me. So anyway, I kind of made it official, and I ordered some labels. So these
so cute.
they're little.
The detail is
They're
amazing.
woven labels, so it's the Cozy Sky Co. The logo, and I think they're so cute.
They are cute.
So I can't wait to start putting these in bags. Yeah, so I got those. And I had ordered some other iron-on labels, which, because I didn't know how long the woven ones were going to take, so I'll just show you on this one. So I do have some bags that are going to have those. The bag were already made, and then I can go back and put those in. The other ones I have to do from the start, so it'll be just new bags going forward. But
Sure.
it'll be fun. And then I have just one new design that's in the shop. That's the fall gnome and mushrooms.
So
And then it's got I put my new label in it. Got the little ring in here, and then a handle. So those are in the shop, and I have them listed as sets with yarn cozies that match. So coordinated yarn cozies that I did on my sock machine, and stitch marker that my niece made. So anyway, those are all in the shop. Just thought I'd show that.
They look great.
Actually, Audrey and I went to Hobby Lobby the other day.
Did you?
We lost our minds because it's wow. I live like kind of in between San Antonio and like New Braunfels.
Mm-hmm.
So everywhere we go, it takes us about like 45 minutes to get there.
It's a trek.
Yeah. So we went there, and then I don't know if I was stressed or what, but I'm like
stress eating, stress buying.
Yes, it was really bad. Actually, I don't think I got yarn. Maybe I did. I don't know. But I got.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
Oh, that is
I got this little tape measure, and it says yarn rules.
Oh my goodness.
That is so cute.
And then what else? I got a diamond art for Audrey because it was a cow, and she's obsessed with cows, like black and white cows. Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's cute.
So she sat there before. I think this was before school started, and she did like half of it. And then so now I sit there sometimes, and I'll just sit on the floor and do like a couple of them until I can't feel my legs anymore because I'm sitting on the floor.
Oh my goodness.
You know, Antonio does those. He really likes them.
Do you
He's got
glue them on? Is that?
No, it's sticky.
No, they're sticky.
sticky.
So the paper is sticky. So when you get the diamond painting or whatever, you like peel back some plastic, and then that paper is sticky, and then it's like a paint by numbers thing, right? So there's like a code for each bead, and then you get the bead and you put them on there. He's got like Naruto and a couple of like those comics, those anime comics and stuff. He really enjoys those sometimes.
That's good.
Yeah.
And then I was at work, and then she kept on sending me all these texts like about embroidery, like, Mom, I have to do this. I have to learn how to embroider. I'm like, okay.
That's nice.
So we went and we
awesome.
got a little kit to do that, and I posted it on Instagram.
Yeah.
The one
I
she
remember
made.
that one. She
It
did
was
such a
while
great
back.
job.
She did. So
We'll
insert a
we'll have
picture.
Audrey
Yeah.
insert a picture of her own. Yeah,
So-
embroidery here.
Audrey, make sure you do that.
Yeah. And then both my kids had birthdays on
Happy
September
birthday.
4th and September 6th. So I now have a
Wow.
20-year-old and a
I
16-year-old.
can't believe Dylan's 20
I know.
and Audrey's
Wow.
16. Yeah.
Yep.
Crazy.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yep. And he is getting ready. He quit his job at Panda. His
Oh, he
2
did?
weeks are up on Wednesday
Okay.
because he's going to get ready to do all his college things to go to St. Mary's.
Oh, nice.
And he's going to
awesome.
live on campus.
Oh,
So-
Oh,
wow.
how's Mom doing about that?
I don't know yet. We'll
Okay.
see.
That's a big step for
That
Dylan.
is.
That is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because he's so quiet and
He is.
introverted.
Yes.
That's great, though. I think that's a good sign that he
I
wants
It's
to
gonna
do
be
that.
amazing for
Mhm.
him.
Mm-hmm.
So he won't start school until January. So he never really took a summer off from
Mhm.
work since he graduated
Sure.
high school. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna take some time off
Of
before
course.
I start.
Decompress.
Okay, yeah. And the dorms are little, so that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
He has to live on a dorm for 2 years, and then he can find housing elsewhere.
That's That's nice.
It's kind of awesome.
I'm excited. I never did the dorm life thing, so I'm kind of slightly jealous that I never did that. But I'm really excited for them. Like they have like a sporting thing for gamers, like EA Sports competition that they do, and you can earn scholarship money.
He's gonna find his people there.
I know.
Yeah,
really
that's good. That's
I'm
really good
excited for him too.
So, and they have a coffee shop, and they have a Chick-fil-A there, and they actually have a pub that people go to study at a pub.
Hey, I can't say that I didn't do that.
Yeah.
So, it'll be good. I'm happy for him.
That's
A
awesome.
little sad, but happy.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's such a big step for him, though. That's
Congrats,
so good.
Yeah.
So we just have to go through
Proud
the whole
mama.
process.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So he should hopefully get in because he graduated top 5.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's so smart. Yeah.
Super smart.
That's awesome. Is he going to study computer stuff?
Yes.
Is that? That's great.
He loves coding.
That's great.
So,
Great. What else? Anything new with you, Kier? Anything else? Nope.
No, I have a boring life. I still have a foster dog. She's a lot for me, but she got selected to go to another shelter farther north. So hopefully she'll get adopted there and live her best life. So I just didn't want her put down. So I found her in the neighborhood, and I'm just following the process through animal control. And I've been fostering her for a while, and
that's great.
She's super cute. Yeah,
so that's great.
Yeah.
I might be getting a new job.
What?
Where are you gonna go?
Well, same company, because I love the company I work for. I've been there 2 years next month, and I love the company. So the big thing is I'm moving out of. So I've been sales. I sell industrial automation equipment, robots, and things like that. And I've always been, well, not always, but a good part of my career has been in sales. And so there's an opening. So I had one boss that I hired in with, and then in April I got a new boss, and my old boss moved into a different role handling our distribution channels. And so he called me and said, hey, I have an opening in my group. What do you think? And I really liked working for him. Our personalities just totally mesh.
Sure.
And he said it'll be a little bit different, kind of a different pace. You'll be, more at home. You won't be customer facing. Your customers will now be our distributors. So it's a channel sales management position. So it's a promotion. I'm a little, I want to do it because I'll be using my marketing, because I have a marketing background. So I'll be able to do like marketing programs with the distributors and a little more stuff like that I haven't done in years, which I think will be interesting and fun for me. It'll get me exposure within other areas of the company that I haven't really had to deal with, or that I'm kind of shielded from as an account manager. But there's a little sliver of me that just wonders, am I going to miss my customers?
I think you'll miss
and being out and about. But that out and about all the time is exhausting.
It is exhausting. It would be exhausting for me, but
it's a rough pace that I deal with. In and out
I could
of the
see
car.
you missing it though.
I know. But
Can
you think
do
I'll
like
be okay?
a trial run?
Yeah.
No, but if I decided I didn't like it after like a year or something, I can always transition to a different role or something.
Sure.
So, I don't know. That's my big decision. I have to decide by tomorrow.
I say go for it.
I think I would go for it too.
So, I think I am going to, because I'm 58, so I'm like at the downer part of my career, not like on the climbing.
Sure,
if you're looking at the career path. So like you only have so much more time. You got to decide what you want to learn, what you want to do.
Of course.
So yeah, for me the big thing, because I'm such a people person, it's going to be like I get attached to my customers, and even when I worked for other companies in this area, I had a lot of the same customers.
Of course.
And so like you feel like you kind of get to know them.
It's like family. Yeah,
I literally build relationships with my customers. That's why I'm successful. And like know about them and care about them as people.
Of course.
And not just selling them products. And so I think I'll miss that, but I'm sure I'll find other positive stuff. And the good thing is that it's there'll be a little more travel, because I think I pick up a distributor like in Florida or somewhere. So maybe a little bit more travel, like overnight travel, but I don't know. But
New yarn
I will be
stores in
dealing with some of
Florida.
the distributors in Texas and Oklahoma that I'm already familiar with.
Sure.
So
That's helpful.
that part of it is good. and the guy's job that's transitioning out of the role is still within the company. He's just taking he got a promotion and is going into actually a sales management role. So
sure.
Anyway, that's my big.
That sounds exciting.
Decision. Thanks. Yeah.
I say go for it. It sounds like your mind is more than halfway made up.
It is, yeah. I think.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, anyway, that's my news. So I won't be using the bathroom anymore.
Oh, no. Not. Oh.
But when you travel to Florida, you can find a yarn shop.
That's right. There's
some
oh,
good
yeah.
there.
I'll expand my going because right now I just am in Texas. So.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, you'll get to go to the bathroom in other places.
Yeah. And maybe I'll go to Corporate More, which is in Chicago, and I did find some good yarn stores when I was there.
Yeah, that Woolen Company is pretty cool. So
anyway, how's your job going? How's the real estate going?
Oh, it's good. It's a lot. It's good.
Yeah.
I still need to learn a lot. But I have a closing at the end of the month.
Nice.
I
Congratulations.
actually might have two.
That's
that's awesome.
One is a lot. Super sweet couple, and then they'll need help finding a new place.
The custom in
Vintage Oaks.
Vintage Oaks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
They sold their lot. It's under contract, so it's never over until you hit that closing date.
Of course,
and everything is done.
That's great.
I've had one fall apart a week and a half from closing, and it was so sad.
Paige almost didn't close on hers.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and then another one in LaGrange is gonna be closing too at the end of the month, maybe
Very
earlier.
good.
I like the aspect where we're helping families. It's a first-time home buyer.
Of course, that's exciting.
Newlyweds,
That's
and they're
good.
expecting their first kid.
Aww.
And so it's really fun to see people get into homes and stuff.
Just like Elizabeth, making relationships with your
Yeah.
clients and customers. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yep.
That's great. Okay. Well, good. So Melissa and I are going to DFW. So if you're in Texas, make sure you look for us there. We'll be there Saturday and Sunday, right?
I think I'm gonna drive up. I'm bringing my mom with me.
Or you're going up Friday night.
Yes, we're going up Friday.
But you won't be at the.
Not at the speaker. I'm not taking any of the
Yeah,
classes or speaking.
okay.
I'm just there.
So you won't be at the actual show on Friday. You'll be at the hotel.
Yes, and the hotel is fun too because people sit
It
around
is.
and knit.
Yeah.
They do.
And it just fills your creative cup.
And that's at the Marriott,
Yes.
right? Is where you're
I
staying.
think so, yes.
I'm staying somewhere else because I didn't know when I was going to be there, so I'm staying a couple miles away. But I will be hanging out.
Okay. It's so
For sure.
fun. So much
I've
fun.
been in the past. I can't go this year. I have a cousin coming in from Germany, so with his husband.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I haven't actually ever met him because I haven't been to Germany and he's never been since he's been born. I mean, I was born in Germany, but since he was born, I haven't been there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing them.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Germany, I don't know why this triggered my memory, but we're talking about my customers. I was up in Dallas a week before last. To potential customers up there. We're working on a big project for them, a really big opportunity with multiple robots. And he's actually, the engineer is from Austria, and he's been positioned here just through the end of December, like till Christmas time, to help with this project. So anyway, he went up to Dallas to our technology center, and we had meetings up there and went through the project and stuff and showed him all the equipment and stuff that we have. But we went out to lunch and we were talking. I was trying to find out about his family and background and everything, and I don't know. We were talking about college and university, and he just kind of laughed and he said, "You Americans go to college for completely different reasons." And he starts laughing, and I'm like, "Well, what do you mean?" He goes, "Yeah, you guys kind of go for the football. We go for the degree."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And I laughed because it was funny, but then I'm like, "It's kind of sad too."
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Yeah, our importance is on the education, not on the
Extracurricular activities.
Activities.
The rushing and
I was like, is that what Europeans think of us? I'm like, "Oh, it's terrible."
might be.
But I don't know.
I know moving down from Minnesota was like a big culture shock a little bit with the football.
Oh,
And the
yeah.
I mean, football is a religion here in
Yeah,
Texas.
Especially
But-
high school football. I mean, that's
All
where
of
I think
it.
the biggest difference is.
Yeah.
We had a lot of focus on college football,
of course.
but not as much on the high school. Like down here, high school is as important as college.
It absolutely
It's crazy.
is.
And the money that goes
into
into it is astounding to me in the high school level.
It's crazy.
Mhm.
It's absolutely a religion.
Yeah.
But I grew up my whole adult life in Texas, so
Yeah.
yeah, that's just what I'm used to.
Okay. So they talk football, and I'm like, I don't know what language you're speaking. Okay. Good team.
Right.
We like people in orange, right?
Absolutely, people
Okay.
in orange. Absolutely. I was yelling and screaming at my TV yesterday, but it was a great game. But
I'm a Michigan fan too because I'm from Michigan, and they played Hawaii yesterday, so it was I forget, it was like 42-0 or 52-0. I mean, it was like a blowaway game, but it's still fun to see them, and it's just good after the couple years of COVID and all that. It's good to see things are really in that aspect back to normal.
Yeah, so. When I saw my nephew several times on TV, and he was just acting a fool, as they all were and should have been in the student section and stuff. And we're texting with the whole family and everything, and saying, when Sean entered school at UT, it was COVID. It was 2020, so he really didn't have this experience. His freshman year, and it kind of got a little bit off his sophomore year, but it's his junior year now. So just to see that he was having that much fun was very exciting for all of us, the whole family, just to see him kind of, break out of his shell a little. So anyway, it was cool.
That's good.
Antonio still thinks he's famous. So.
That's good. He probably idolizes him.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. Even before the game.
Yeah,
absolutely.
for sure. That's great.
So, yeah.
My niece, that I started doing the bags for her trip for Italy, she started high school, and she's in this advanced program, and she's doing really well. And
Awesome.
The first 2 weeks were a little nerve-wracking because she's a little shy. Like, once she makes friends, she's really good friends with people. She's a good friend, and she's a very kind and sweet person, and she's a hard worker. But she's a little shy. Like, she doesn't
start off with.
Yeah, she's not the one that likes to start stuff. And we're like, Maya, you have to. You got to put yourself out there. So she started doing it a little bit. Now she's getting some friends, and
that's awesome.
Going to like things on the football on Friday night, and different things. So
of course,
so
that's kind of cool.
For her. Yeah. And she's enjoying her classes so far. So
that's good.
Yeah, that's a big transition though, because she was at the Waldorf school for through 8th grade. So then going to the public high school is a lot bigger and just completely different people and just different mentality. They're a little shielded at the Waldorf school, although it's a neat program because it's very creative minded and everything, but they're a little shielded, I would say.
Of course, it's different,
but she seems to be adjusting.
That's good.
So all right, oh my gosh, we're over an hour.
We are
chattering, sorry.
But it was fun.
Yeah. All right, so if you're from Texas or you're from outside of Texas and coming to DFW to the Fiber Fest, make sure you look for Melissa and I.
And
You can't miss Melissa. She's the supermodel, tall, beautiful. And her mom's as tall, equally as beautiful.
Aww.
So that'll be so nice. Yeah, look us up. It'll be fun. I'm excited.
I'm excited for you guys.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I've never been, so.
So good.
Only once, but I've been. But it was a long time ago.
It's so good. So fun. And just seeing everybody and what they're wearing is so motivational. And then you okay, what is that? What yarn is that? Are they here? Are they here? Okay,
what yarn is that?
And then you have to go buy more
yarn.
You
want to go to the yarn. Go to, look at those socks. Let me go to Mustache.
Let's go. So good. And there's going to be so many good vendors this year.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot what they're called. It starts with a D. They do 3D printed.
Dean and Bean?
Well, they're going to be there. They're actually going to teach a class. Yes.
Nice.
With the spinning wheels. Those really...
Oh.
They start with a D. They're going to be there. Just a lot of really cool vendors this year.
I'm not a spinner.
Awesome.
I'm not a spinner. I'm not going to become a spinner. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to be a spinner.
I need to start spinning more.
You do. You do. Because you are a beautiful spinner.
Yeah.
I covet your yarn. It's got a position up there. I'm like, I haven't knit with it because I'm like, it's so beautiful. I don't want to knit it.
But it's a dream to knit with.
Okay. I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to knit an hour a day, and I'm going to spin for at least a half hour.
Nice.
There you go.
But I don't know when I'm going to start sewing again. It's hard to time block things.
It's
hard to have time. There's never enough time for everything.
I could just bop my friends because they got me into this quilting stuff. I'm not a quilter. I used to quilt years ago, and now I'm starting to quilt again. And it's like, oh, I'm down the rabbit
But
hole.
there's nothing wrong with having them both, right?
No, but
so
it's
when
the time. It's
of
finding
course,
the
it's
time.
the time suck, right? So when you're ready to jump back to knitting, it'll be there for you, and then when you're ready to, jump back over to quilting,
because it
it's
does change. It shifts.
So at the retreat, I pieced together a quilt called My Favorite Sweater.
I saw it.
Cute.
We saw Tammy put it on.
Tammy just finished, our friend that does the quilting, just finished the quilting on it, and she picked the best panto, which is the design that she quilts it on the long arm, and it matches like the fabric. It's so stinking cute. So I'll have that as a finished object to show next time.
I'll have Audrey put a picture.
Yeah, it's I'll bring it on the
cute.
podcast though and show it too.
Sure.
Next time, but
And then
I'm
the
so excited
star.
to get it.
The Christmas star one.
Oh, the snowflake.
The snowflake one. That one's so
Oh, so that's really funny. So that's over there. I haven't taken that to her yet to get quilted, but I made this snowflake. It's like one giant snowflake that sits like in the corner of the quilt, and the quilt itself is all little blocks. So most of these ladies that we quilt with are all like color obsessed, and I love color. Don't get me wrong, but this quilt, there's like a whole online. You can go see all the different variations that people have done where they've color blocked them or they use brights or all this, and so everyone's like, oh yeah, there's so many cool ones, and I'm like, and mine's all white.
It's so good though.
But it looks beautiful.
Because I bought a kit and it literally is all whites, like maybe little teeny pale colors on white or white on white. It's gray on white. It's all
Snowflakes
white.
are white.
But it's so
Just
funny.
Stay away from the yellow ones.
Yeah.
Don't eat those.
So I gotta take that. I finished the top. I gotta put the backing. I got the backing fabric, and then this week I'm gonna take that to her and pick up my other two quilts from her. So
That's really
that's
exciting.
I'm excited. So anyway, but yeah, time is the
It's
Time
the
is
time
hard.
suck.
And then Audrey's in softball, and she's improved so much over the last year and a half that she's been putting into it. So hopefully she'll make it on the high school team. Last
That's
year
exciting.
she didn't, but she goes and she practices every Monday
yeah. She's
and
always
Wednesday.
going, right?
Yes, and then she does it early in the morning before school, and then we have big long tournament days, and she's putting in the work.
Is that a fall sport? The softball?
It's all year.
Oh, it's all year.
You can
Okay.
do it all year if you try hard.
But at the high school, what?
I'm not even sure.
I think it was in Michigan.
It might be
when
spring.
It was spring, but
Yeah.
I don't know about Texas. Might be different because of the heat. So I didn't know.
I think it's spring.
Did she? So you don't know when tryouts are?
They're kind of in the process of
Okay.
doing them. Here and there, like she goes in early to work out and run and do pacers and all these evil things that they make them do.
Of course, and they are all evil.
So,
All the
and she's like,
conditioning.
I'm so sore.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm sorry. Suck it up. You wanted to do softball. No, just kidding.
Well, she's so athletic.
She is.
so,
She is
yeah,
very
That's great. That's good for her.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, we gotta wrap it up. This is a long one.
But we enjoyed it.
Sorry to hear about Queen Elizabeth, but she had a good life.
She did.
96 years old. So I'm sure the people of the UK will be going through some changes because that's a long time that she's been reigning. So
Yeah.
kind of interesting. It'll be interesting to see that.
Of course.
And again, remembering all those who lost their lives or lives were greatly impacted by 9/11 today. That's always a very sad day in our history, and it literally changed everything in the world, changed the way we travel, everything,
Of course,
right?
yeah.
So,
Changed so much.
Yep. so, and then, anyway, yeah. All right, well, thanks for spending time with us. Hope we didn't bore you with all our chatter. We were pretty chatty today.
We were chatty.
And we hope you are doing some fun things, finishing up some projects. You guys are really killing it. There's a ton of projects. I forget who it is that's doing all the charity knitting. I'm just like, holy cow, she's a machine.
She is a machine.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
she's like hats and ornaments and pot holders.
Absolutely.
And someone made, I think it was La Jolla, Texas, maybe, or La Jolla Girl, maybe. I don't know, made those kitchen towel holders. Did you see
I
those?
saw those.
So these little wooden rings, and then I think it was either knit or crocheted in between, and then you just put the towel on
I thought those were so
to hang
cool.
the towel, your kitchen towel, like from your handle of your oven or your
I
dishwasher
thought those
or
looked
whatever.
really, really cool.
Yeah, I thought, oh, that's a fabulous idea. I even thought that would be cool to hang shawls. Like if you had like a coat rack hooks.
Oh,
You know, because I don't like to put like anything hard under it. But if you did put it through yarn, right? Then it's just, and then you would hang the wooden rings from the hook.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it'd be like a hammock for your shawl, basically.
It would, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought those were just so unique and cool. So I'd love to find out what that pattern is.
Yeah, we end this month.
Really cute.
So yeah, get all your finished items in there and we'll announce the winner next podcast. So that'll be great.
And it's gonna be a bag, so. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's it for real this time.
I might have this finished next time.
Maybe.
She will.
She might.
She's gonna bug me about it. I will have it done.
Who knows?
Yeah, you could wear it to DFW.
It might be too hot though.
I think it'd be very hot.
With a tank top?
I don't know. It's gonna be hot.
Oh yeah, it might.
But it might be cold in there.
Don't they crank the air conditioning down?
Sometimes.
The knitters.
Knitting with wool.
Don't they create sweater weather for us? Come on, if they want to sell more yarn, they need to keep the air way down.
They do. They should.
All right, guys. Well, thanks again. It was great chatting with everyone.
Yes.
Wish like we could get like two-way.
Of course.
We have to do it live, and
interactive.
that's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Like
Interactive.
live.
But so we feel like we know you when we see all your comments and stuff. So we really do enjoy that.
Yeah.
And if you enjoyed this podcast, give us a thumbs up if you wouldn't mind, and tell your friends about us. We're trying to grow the channel all the time, so we appreciate it. Take care and happy knitting. Bye-bye.
Bye.